Colts, Titans, Nashville, Tennessee. We have a divisional game, our first away game of the season. We're here to talk about it. We're very excited because we're facing a rookie. And you know, Logan, every time we used to face these rookie quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence back in the day, he used to dice up our secondary, dice up our defense. But we're getting some dogs back. We're getting Mooney Ward back. We're getting Latu back. And we got Lou Anarumo. Do you expect the same on Sunday from our defense? Do you expect us to allow these young, inexperienced quarterbacks have 80% completion percentages, or what are your thoughts there?
No, I
Okay.
don't think he's gonna that's it. That's the pod.
That's fine. Cue the
No,
cue the
I
close.
I don't think it will be to the level of, like, what we saw with Caleb Williams
Mm.
last year, him just absolutely dicing the Colts defense up, but I do
Hey,
think
two
that Cam
picks.
Ward. Yeah, 2 picks. But just as far as, like, the completion percentage and stuff like that, I do think that Lou Anarumo is gonna be able to show Cam Ward some things that maybe he hasn't seen in the league yet. That's what I'm hopeful of. And so I do think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for Cam Ward to make a mistake, to mess up, to throw another one of those. I will agree with Zaire Franklin. Terrible over his across his body across the field
Yeah,
throws
horrible throw.
that in every other game probably would have not been completed. That had about a 1% chance of getting completed, and it did.
Yeah.
So, I
He's a
didn't
good
think it was too wild of a comment to make because it was a pretty bad throw.
yeah.
Pretty bad throw.
I
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of like talking about Zaire real quick, like talk your shit in a divisional matchup, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, but when you go and you talk shit, like, I get it, like, Justin Herbert in the context of what he was saying, like, "Oh, he's not a top 5 quarterback, he's a top 10 quarterback," if you read the entire thing. That's, like, I would still stray away from it, but, like, the stuff that he's talking about in division, talk your shit. It's a divisional game. It's what makes football fun. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's gonna give Cam Ward like extra ammo to potentially dissect this defense, and we'll talk about this potentially being a trap game. But I don't care. Like, this is divisional football. If Colts football wants to be different, they want to act different. The season is different. Talk your trash. As long as you don't get dissected. Because you remember last season, he's like, if we could play the New York Giants 17 times, we'd never lose to them. And then they put like 52 on our head or some shit like that. So let's like talk your talk, walk your walk. So come out there, perform at a high level, Zaire. That's fine. But I think it's fine to talk your shit. It's
Yeah.
divisional football. But
I
that
will
was a bad throw.
say I will say at the end of the day too, some guys are built like that, like, and that's just how Zaire's always been. He just needs to get some type of edge, and I think that's just how
Yeah.
Zaire Franklin likes to get his edge, you know what I mean? He needs that. He
He,
needs the trash talk.
seventh
So,
round pick, man. It's like that's motivating enough, but like you add the extra shit talking, I'm all for it. As long as you perform on the field and you don't miss your reads, you don't miss the gaps, you suck in coverage, but if you can figure that out, that'd be great. Cool. But I kind of feel for Cam Ward because he goes up against a really good Denver defense week 1. He goes up against a young ascending defense in the Rams week 2. Now he's got this Lou Anarumo defense, which is going to bring complete chaos, like blitz packages,
Rams
things
are
of that
the
nature.
Rams are the second ranked defense right now as far as if you look at yards per game, fantasy points. I mean, they've had a fantastic uh, outing to the season too. So yeah, he's faced easily for the first 2 weeks. He's faced easily two top five defenses. I would say pretty
2 top
comfortably to
5,
say.
1 top 10, or 3 top 10. I would say
Yeah,
Colts are top 10,
yeah,
minus not having Latu and Mooney last week, but
yeah.
I'd say they're a top 10 defense. So I mean, I feel bad for Cam Ward. I also, the Colts kind of proved their thing last week. I was scared. I know a lot of Colts fans were scared going from a hey, let's go beat a Miami depleted Miami Dolphins defense to let's play the best defense in the league, and Daniel Jones carved them up. And the Tennessee defense is it's not bad. Like they gave Bo Nix troubles. They were in the game against the Rams
hmm
for a majority of the time, a little over 3 quarters. So I'm hoping they don't give us trouble, but it's a divisional game, Logan. Like these games often tend to be bloodbaths and low scoring, and it just is what it is at the end of the day.
It's yeah. I definitely agree with you. I think it's very reminiscent of a few years ago. I went to Colts versus Titans in Tennessee at Nissan Stadium, where Gardner Minshew was the starting quarterback,
Mhm.
and Colts were playing pretty decent on offense, and they struggled. They struggled all day long, and it was a back and forth shootout, and it was just back and forth, and the Titans team was ass the rest of the year, but that one game where they played the Indianapolis Colts, they brought out all the stops, and it seemed like the defense couldn't stop anybody, and that was Will Levis. That wasn't
Colts
Cam
walk-off,
Ward, that
though.
was Will Levis. Yeah,
Yeah.
Colts exactly, and so it did end up in our favor, in the Colts' favor. Walk-off touchdown overtime to Michael Pittman, but I could easily see this matchup coming down to a final possession or 2. Sorry,
Seriously, yeah.
Colts Nation, I know that that's probably not what you want after that cardiac Colts moment last week, the last second game winner. Let's just hope that it turns out in our favor again, this time. But yes, I do think it's gonna be a very close game, probably within a field goal. Vegas even has it projected as, I believe the Colts are only like -3.5 right now on a lot of books,
Oh, wow.
which
Divisional game.
you would
It's
you would
real.
think it would be higher, right? Colts 2-0, playing really well. Titans really struggled, rookie quarterback, but Vegas knows. Vegas knows
Cam
divisional
Ward
matchups.
Cam Ward
Mhm.
needs a win, right? It's been 2 games. Your number 1 overall pick. I get it. Sometimes you go to, number 1 overall picks always go to worse situations, but
Yeah.
they're looking to get their first dub, and what better way for the Titans to do it against a divisional opponent, the Colts that are kind of on the highs of highs. Like I know I'm still riding the Broncos win, and it's Thursday, right? We're still talking about it, so I'm kind of at the highest of high, and there's one way to get me off this high horse. It's the Titans beating us, and it would really
Yeah.
fucking suck for the Indianapolis Colts to be in a position where you lose this game and you're 2-1 hosting the Rams or going to LA, wherever the fuck we're playing the Rams
Yeah.
at. But this, in my opinion, trap game or not, it almost feels bigger than playing the Broncos, even though they're a worse team, but they're a divisional opponent. Just with how the schedule is going to get here in the next couple of weeks, would really prefer just securing a win 3-0. If you win this, I mean, you have a 1 game lead right now. If you're 3-0, you're atop the AFC South still. You're top of the AFC still. You have nothing to worry about when you play the Rams next week. So I just really hope the Colts capitalize. And like Shane Steichen said, every single day, day by day, they're taking it day by day. Cam Bynum says it's a fucking movie. Let's make it happen. Would love to see the Colts win this game.
Yeah, and I highlighted it on our last episode, but I truly feel too that this game is such a big game because if the Colts do go in and lose this game to the Titans, it kind of, I feel like, sort of kills all of the momentum that you built the first 2 weeks, and it almost would
It
feel
does.
like two losses. I know you kind of agreed with me on that last episode, but it would really feel like two losses because not only is it a really bad AFC loss against a really poor team that's probably going to be a bottom 5 team this year, but it's also a divisional loss. So you
Yeah.
start 0-1 in the AFC South. That to me would be a double loss. And then you allow the Texans to claw back into it. You allow the Jaguars to potentially claw back into it. Yeah, this one feels as close to a week 3 must win as the Colts have had in years,
Yeah.
honestly.
I like what you said. It feels like 2 games because it really does. If you lose this game, you lose all momentum just because of what the schedule looks like. You play the Rams the following week, which if you get a win would be sick. Um, Yeah, huge game. I think obviously you're rooting for the Colts this week. You're going to be rooting for whoever the fuck is playing against. Actually, we're playing the Titans, so you're rooting against them. But you're actually rooting for the Texans this week because they're playing the Jaguars. And so if the Colts win and the Texans win, the Texans are what 1-2. The Jags are 1-2. The Colts will be 3-0.
Hell
So
no, I'm not.
no.
I'm rooting for a tie.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
ties are worth more though than losses. I don't
I'm
know.
voting I'm hoping
Fuck
for,
it. I love
they
ties.
just do a no contest and they just don't even play the game.
No,
That's
we'll
what
be
I'm hoping
sick.
for. All
What do you
my
think
homies
is
hate the Texans.
yeah, we fucking hate the Texans. What do you think is the keys to this game? It can be either offensively, defensively. What needs to happen for the Colts to win this game and feel good at 3-0?
I really like a lot of the points that I heard on 1070 The Fan from Kevin Bowen. He talked about even if the Colts lost this game, it wouldn't feel as big of a loss if Daniel Jones still looks competent. I think that's important.
Mm,
I think if Daniel Jones, what I'm looking for mainly is Daniel Jones to look serviceable again. He doesn't need to go off for 300 plus yards and be Indiana Jones right like he has the first 2 weeks, but he cannot look like New York Giants Daniel Jones or the chatter's gonna start back up again. Like, it's
yeah,
really that big of a deal. Like, it really is. He's under a lot of pressure, almost more pressure now that he's performed well than what he would have been before, which is very odd, but
yeah,
it's weird to think that, but it's like, that's what happens, man, when you win. All the expectations are now higher.
yeah,
The
100%.
ceilings are now higher. Now it's like, "Oh my god, we could actually go out and win this division. Now we have something to lose." I think there's a lot of pressure on Daniel Jones. So I'm looking for him to have a competent performance. And then number 2 on the defensive side of the football with getting a couple of guys back, I think getting back to what Lou was doing that first week and really mixing it up with some of those guys that he's bringing on blitzes. I wanna see corner blitzes. I wanna see safeties up in the box. I wanna see linebackers dropping back again. I mean, we need to get creative. You are
Mhm.
working against a rookie. I think probably one of the worst wide receiver cores in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans. Not really any strong weapons at tight ends. Okay to average, I would say, offensive line. Like, this is the game where I'm looking for the defense to get a get back game and to get back to some of those coverages and some of those blitz packages that they were running in week 1 against the Dolphins. Those are the 2 things I think I'm looking out for the
Yeah,
most.
those are 2 important things. I'd say I'm really excited that we don't have to go up against Westbrook Ikine because he just fucking torched us every single time, so
Oh
thank God
god.
he's not on the
The
Titans
no-name the
anymore.
no-name wide receiver,
It
that always
it could
torches
be
us in the division.
it
Yeah.
could be the next guy could be Alec, whatever the fuck the guy's last name is, Anum whatever, whoever they took in the second round of the NFL draft, that wide receiver. He could be the next fucking Westbrook Ikine for God knows, but, um, for me offensively, I'm looking for just control the game in regards to, offensive line, just, you gave up a lot of pressures against a really good, Broncos front seven, so, just control the line of scrimmage, create holes, create gaps, create opportunities for
Mhm.
Jonathan Taylor to control the ball. I don't necessarily think Daniel Jones needs to do much this game. I think it could be a very
Right.
similar game to how it was last year when AR beat the Titans and we just ran the ball over him. And Jonathan Taylor had 2 or 3 touchdowns against them last year in Lucas Oil. I think if you can have a similar game, just control the controllables, control the line of scrimmage, don't make mistakes on the offensive side of the ball. You should win this game. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I would say just very similar to you. Like we've seen this in the past, young rookie quarterbacks or just young quarterbacks in general, like that aren't good. Trevor Lawrence, Jake Browning, you name it, just dicing up this defense. So, like you said, just kind of bring blitzes, bring the pressure. This is a good get back game for the defensive line who had 0 pressures against Bo Nix and the Broncos. So
Yeah,
you
that
need to
can't
come back.
happen again.
Yeah,
That can't happen again. I will say that, like, you cannot allow Cam Ward to just sit back there and build his confidence and put together, the best game of his young career so far.
each each
That
completion
cannot
builds
happen.
momentum, right, for a young
Mhm.
quarterback, and it makes him feel confident in the game. So just make it tough on him. Bring blitzes, have good coverage. You get Mooney back, you get Latu back. Just
Mhm.
control the game, and be dominant on the
And
defensive
I
side.
will say one thing that I think plays into the Colts' advantage with Cam Ward is he's not really a guy that looks to run it. He doesn't want to run at all. Even when it breaks down, he's really not a guy that's like, "Let me go ahead and go pick up a first down with my legs." He
He's trying to
can
find
do
the
it.
opportunity.
He can do it, but he really tries not to. And
Yeah,
so I think that that's going to play a little bit into Lou Anarumo's hands so he doesn't have to maybe have a QB spy on him all the time. He can
he's
bring an extra guy in the blitz.
he kind of reminds me. Obviously, Caleb runs the ball a lot, but they're kind of
Mhm.
magicians in the pocket once they get out of the pocket.
Right, right,
Guys like
right.
Caleb, guys like Cam Moore, they create opportunities. So let's just not do that. Let's not do what Bo Nix and Troy Franklin did and that
Right.
50-yard throw, like when he evaded pressure. So I agree with you. Just kind of keep him contained, let him make the mistakes of holding the ball too long, create sacks for himself. Because right now he's one of the most sacked quarterbacks. I think he's got like 11 sacks or 12
Yeah.
sacks through 2 games, which is
He holds it too
would be the
long.
NFL
Yeah,
record.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
Real quick, I know we have a few
Predictions.
minutes. I was gonna say
Yeah.
score predictions.
Let's
You want me to
go.
go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I'm gonna say 24-20 Indianapolis Colts. It'll be a little close. Actually, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna go 2017. So not 24-20. I just think it's gonna be a little bit more low scoring than the 24-17. I don't think the Titans are gonna score 20 points. So I'm gonna say like 2017 would be my final guess. Colts win at Nissan Stadium.
Gimme gimme, Colts 21, Titans 20. Another barn another another
Oh,
another nail biter, yeah,
okay.
one-point game, and we're gonna lose or gain some more gray hairs rather, so
I thought you said we're gonna lose. You said we're gonna win. Colts
no. Yeah,
21,
yeah,
Titans
Colts
20.
Colts
Okay.
21, Titans 20, but we're gonna gain some more gray hairs,
Okay.
you and I,
So
so
regardless, according to our score predictions, the Titans cover. So 21-20 Colts win for Logan,
I think
20-17 Colts win for Addy. So,
I think it's safe to say Titans cover. I would be very confident with Titans cover in a
oh wow.
divisional game. Yeah, it just feels right. It's gonna be one of those in Nissan. I'm
And as
feeling
long
it
as
in
the
my
Colts
bones.
win.
I hope to God it's not. I hope to God they blow them out by 56. That would be amazing.
I agree.
But I don't think that it'll happen.
As, as long as the Colts win and we're 3-0 going to the Rams, I
Okay.
could care less. That's all I
Yeah,
ask for. So
yeah. Exactly, man.
well, Colts fans, appreciate you guys hopping in again. Another episode, Colts versus Titans. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Cup fans, we are growing pretty fast, and thank you all for supporting us and on all platforms. And your continued support drives us to create more content for you guys. So, thank you again, and then we will see you post game. We'll record a pod after, give you our
Yep.
reactions either on Sunday or Monday after the game, and we'll take it from there. But
And
let's
remember
go, Colts!
to at a Titans fan this week and tell
Mm,
them that all your homies hate the Titans.
mm. And they're
It's
one
Science
yard
Week,
short. Remind them they're
and they're
always 1 yard
always
short.
1 yard short.
Always.
Go Colts, baby. Let's
Go
go.
Colts. Come on.